It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers as they play against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And Stephen Curry, one of the guys we'll be seeing tonight, is one of the most exciting and dynamic players in the league. Kenny, you know what I like to say. He makes it look effortless. Maybe the best shooter of all time. You ready to go that far?
Of all time?
You ready to go that far?
I just can't give it to you after that few of seasons. I just say that
he won a championship.
Yes, he won a championship.
He's up there with us now. He's in the house.
He's in the house.
He can get in the party.
But Reggie Miller and Ray Allen had done it over a longer block of time.
Not like Steph Curry done it.
But he's done it bigger in a shorter span. So I will still go with my two.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of progress.
We are live in Boston, Massachusetts, the gem of New England, as the Celtics are about to go into this interconference contest right here. An excellent season underway. We've seen a lot of good basketball so far from these guys.
Yeah, and as far as the regular season goes, this is as good as it gets. This truly, to me, is the definition of a rivalry. I mean, a game between these two teams has always been special.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen a ton of great games between them in the past. It's hard not to get amped up when they face each other. I've been looking forward to this one for a while.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. That's good.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Right through the knee for the layup.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Here's Curry. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Gasol passes to Valentine. Puts it up. Shot is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, earlier I spoke with Brad Stevens. Their number one priority is not to give up any looks on the inside, anything easy in the interior, guys. He told me, quote, we want to have the key look like a fancy club out there. Crowded, not a lot of room, and very hard to get into. Sounds like your kind of place, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Q and just miss after miss right now.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Curry passes to Valentine. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Gasol a screen. Kicks it out to Crawford. There's the triple. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Nene with the screen on Crawford. Here's the three. Rebounded by the Celtics. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
Yeah, this is a great rivalry, guys. I mean, even though they're in opposite conferences, you look back and these teams have a lot of history.
They really do. I mean, whenever they play each other, it means a little bit extra. These are two franchises, as you said, that certainly have had their fair share of tangles in the past.
And the shot's good from Nene.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Here's the crate. It's deflected. Pass to Nene. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Anderson. In close, he hits it. Anderson's got his first basket of the night.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense, or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
And no doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
Here's Huertas. Out to the right wing. Curry passes to Huertas. Dishes it to West. Shot clock at 6. Here's measuring. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin. Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And the call will go against the great. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul into the lineup of the Los Angeles team. Andre Roberson. Daniel Moore. Patrick Beverly.
Floats one, and the basket good. Crawford's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Celtics. There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Green, the screen. Now the feed to Robertson. Fires the three. And Curry pulls it down. For Boston, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Los Angeles leading by 8. And there's the pass to Mirotic. Z, guarded by Crawford. Here's Z. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
Outside Curry. 1 second left. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Los Angeles leads by 10. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
A lot of times the team that owns the paint is going to come away with the victory, and that's what they've done here thus far.
Yeah, why change the plan until they make you? And that's where they should continue to attack moving forward, going inside.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly out there with Green. Then there's Andre Robertson. Then there's Ryan Anderson. And it's Garnett in at the 5 down low. Gasol. And again, it's Boston converting.
Well, they really started to come on here in the second.
Clark, it's about how much more focused they look offensively here. They're trying to make up some ground.
And it's slammed in by Garnett.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Anderson dishes to Garnett. Anderson in the post, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Here's Z, and that one is hammered home.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Drills it from outside. He's got 9.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Takes it from 10. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
The dish to Gasol. Puts up the baby hook and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The Celtics shooting their first free throws of this one.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
The Monsters checked in for Boston. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Nene's checked in. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. For Los Angeles, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Celtics trail by 11. Valentine passes to Huertas. Here's the Monster. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, throws down the alley-oop slam.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a Team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Some solid defense there by Nene. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
Boston making a switch here.
That's his second foul. Checking in for your Celtics, Jamal Crawford.
Here's Crawford. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Crawford's got 7 points. For 3. Rebound Boston.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Down low, here's Valentine.
Ryan Anderson. That's his first personal foul.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Los Angeles.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
We always like it when you're aggressive and not settling. Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
Swiped it away. Fast break, here we go. Ahead. The great passes to Mirotic. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. He was all alone on that one. 11 points in the game.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from beyond.
Pick by West. Valentine passes to Crawford. Mejri guarded by Nene. Clock at 4. Here's West. The shot misses.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And he gets it to go. And
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers as they play against the San Antonio Spurs. Checking out the Spurs, they've put themselves in pretty good position in the Western Conference, 6th place. So far this season, it's been a similar showing to what we saw from them last season. You know, we've heard so long that Greg Popovich is one of the best coaches in the NBA, if not the best. What sets him apart, Kenny?
Well, he's patient. You know, that's the difference. Well, he keeps these games and seasons in perspective. He looks at the big picture, not the small picture. And he's adaptable. Adaptability is one of the hardest things for a coach to do, because sometimes they get set in their ways and say, this is the way we're going to play. But then all of a sudden you make 3 or 4 trades and you say, well, should we still play that way? He says, yes, we will be adaptable and change our styles.
We've all heard this phrase before, defense wins championships. Popovich, all about defense. He's very sound with his overall defensive approach, and he can really build schemes. His strategies are effective, and they slow down the other team's star.
For my money, not just one of the best NBA coaches of all time, he's one of the best coaches of all time in any professional sport.
That's pretty.
I agree,
impressive.
He's had season
I'm
after
trying to
season
think of him.
at the highest level. That does it for us for now. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you later.
Greetings, everyone, from San Antonio. The Spurs playing host to a Western Conference affair here at the sold-out AT&T Center. This is a hot team. They currently hold the best record in the entire NBA.
And they've battled these guys to 1 win and 1 loss. It's been really an intriguing matchup. I'm looking forward to seeing how the third chapter plays out.
Likewise, I mean, they've got no choice but to go for broke here. Let it all hang out. Both of these teams. I mean, they know each other really well over the first 2 meetings, and it's led to a bit of animosity between them. At least that's how I'm reading it. So it should be one heck of a ball game here.
Got a nice clean game, huh?
It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Now, here's Anderson. Clock is at 3. From deep. Pass to the great. Tries again. Off the left rim and out. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was very impressed, Greg, with the way they stood their ground, even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit. That's what it takes on the road. You got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience.
And how about that? Just an easy way to get on the board.
And just like that, Greg, the first lead belongs to them.
Smith drives in 11 feet away, and the rebound goes to Nene. LA's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Now here is Smith. He's coming off a 13-point game against Utah. The finish, rips down the breakaway slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Hayward goes in. Smith outside. Knocked away. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Dishes to Lure. Back to Smith. Clock at 6. They get it back.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Here's Smith after the basket by Los Angeles. The pass to Jokic. Anderson with the block.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
An emphatic alley-oop jam.
He couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, Greg Popovich and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We went over the matchups in tonight's game, and when we came to Nene, he told me, now there's a player. You just don't find big men with that kind of body who's that light on his feet. I don't know if it's his soccer background, but the way he moves, it's awfully tough to stay between him and the iron. Guys, that's the goal, but we'll see if they're able to make it happen. Back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. The coast-to-coast dunk.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
Crab kicks to Lure. San Antonio again missing. Covered by Smith. From downtown, and again Los Angeles with the triple.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And now that the seal is broken, maybe their shooting will start to improve.
Yeah, I don't think they really wanted to have as cold a start as they did, but maybe that'll break the ice and they'll move forward in fine fashion from here.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Mason Plumlee's checked in for John Lure. Anderson comes in for Gordon Hayward. Williams, he's checked in for Crab. And it's Jennings in for Ish Smith. Here's the great. He's coming off a 22-point game against Charlotte.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just the dominant performance on the glass.
Spurs trail by 15. Jennings dishes to Anderson. There's a minute 34 left to play here in the first, and Plumlee kicks to Jennings. Puts it up and misses it off the right side of the rim. Over to the wing. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Kicks it to Plumlee. That jam! I mean, just beautiful. It's not possible what we just said. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's
Smokes.
one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
And the Spurs making a change here. Bargnani's checked in. Z's checked in for Los Angeles. Iritic comes in for Anderson, and he gets the bucket.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Now here's Jennings. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. To the paint, Plumlee, and he can't jam it through.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Outside Jennings. Bargnani with the ball. True on the 14-footer.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Let's go. Gets a very good look and converts. He's got 10.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 18. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vámonos. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Los Angeles.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Patrick Beverly. Kyle Korver is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Z.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Korver, no luck.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
And Hayward gets it to go.
They started the game off tortoise-like, but their offense coming to life.
Yeah, they've got a little bit more pep in their step as they start to put together some rhythm.
And here is Los Angeles now. They led by as many as 18 points. And the shot is good. He has 7.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Now here's Jennings. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. He dishes it to Bargnani. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Nene, he's checked in for Z. And it's Anderson in for Mirotic.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Now here's Hayward. He's got 5. To the middle. Here's Jokic. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. He's got 5.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And Beverly kicks to Anderson, and he lays it straight in.
So that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Los Angeles leading by 13. Beverly, the pass to Anderson. That's good. Anderson's got 4 this quarter.
Patrick Beverly.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. There's a screen. And it's Smith penetrating. Hayward passes to Jokic. And it's San Antonio with another.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Beverly dishes to Nene. Korver gets a wide open look. Again, Los Angeles.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
San Antonio calls timeout. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
And despite the outcome, I think they'll feel a little better about that game. There are a lot of positives that they can take away from that performance.
And I think that's exactly what they have to do, guys. Don't dwell on the final score. You know, think about the things you did well and move forward and take it from there.
Here's Cram. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Smith kicks to Lure. Can't get it to go.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And here's Anderson for three. Got it for his fourth field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
The feed to Crab. Screen by Smith. Crab kicks to Hayward. Sinks the three-pointer. Hayward's got 8 here in the quarter.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Covered by Smith. Nene kicks to Green. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Shot clock at 6. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Nene. Nene's got 3 assists in the game. Spurs trail by 17. Pass to Jokic. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
San Antonio ball.
And here is our 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's toughest defensive teams over the course of the last 10 games.
The teams they've faced over the last 10 have to be wondering how long this brutal defense is going to last. There's no let-up in these teams. They play with tenacity throughout.
Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Los Angeles. The Great comes in for Daniel Green. Here's Lure, and that one is stuffed right through.
And not known as a rim rattler. I mean, he's usually kind of rooted to the floor, not elevating to the rim.
Well, great with his length, he doesn't have to go far to get to that rim.
And I tell you what, guys, he got it right there without a problem.
And here is Los Angeles now after the basket by San Antonio.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss.
Here's Roberson. Here's the Great. And a miss there on the triple.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
A 3 from Anderson. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Los Angeles leading by 12. Passes it to the Great. 29 seconds left here in the second. Garnett, right side. They set the screen. Here's the Great. Pop loose off the pick and hammers it home.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
Number 11. That's his first personal foul. Substitution on the court.
Williams. It's deflected, but they get it back. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Los Angeles leads by 16. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Coach, you're going to have to climb a bit of a hill here in the second half. What are you telling your guys they need to do to turn this thing around?
I think we just moved the ball a little bit. We were just on the dribble a little bit too much, and they've got a lot of pressure out there, so the ball's got to move.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you at the table.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Lakers.
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm, as smart and as safe as they're playing. They made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, when you look at the opponent field goal percentage, that tells the whole story. They gave up way too many good looks. When they come out of the break, they got to play way tougher, Ernie. Get those hands up. Get in your opponent's face. Do something.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
Really an extraordinary game for Anderson. 12 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
John Lewis out there with Hayward. Then there's Ish Smith. Then it's Alan Crabb. That's the San Antonio five.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Now here's Hayward. 8 points for him. Feeds it to Crabb. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Smith, and it's blocked. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Here's Crabb.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses. That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the second half, 4 straight they've missed.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Smith outside. And yep, couple bounces and it falls. Smith's got his team on the board first here in the second half for San Antonio. Los Angeles calls timeout. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
The offense just struggled mightily in that game. They went stretches where points just became very difficult to come by.
And ironically, their play wasn't that bad. It was just their shot making that went AWOL.
6 on the shot clock. That one a little long.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
And it's denied. They recover it. And that one's good. Jokic. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Covered by Smith. Nene outside. Anderson with the ball. Lures there. Anderson can't get it to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Z's checked in for Los Angeles. Green comes in for the great.
That's his second personal foul. Substitution for the Los Angeles team.
Here we go, San Antonio!
So Craig Popovich going to take a timeout right here and talk to his team.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and it's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Los Angeles leading by 12. Got it. Good job in the low post. He's got 9.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Poked away. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. It's getting late in the season. Let's see how the standings are out west. You take a look at Los Angeles. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And, of course, San Antonio. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
You know, for Los Angeles, they look like a team on a mission. We knew coming into this season that they were going to be one of the teams to beat. They've done nothing to change anyone's mind about that.
That's for sure. I mean, expectations were high for these guys, and they've more than lived up to the hype.
And here is Los Angeles now.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Is there another player out there capable of moves as stunning as that?
A handful at the most. He is an elite company.
You know, he's got that it factor, no doubt about it. He causes excitement just by walking in the building.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia.
That's his first personal foul.
The Spurs have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Anderson comes in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Williams in for Ish Smith. Korver a screen on Jennings. Pass to Z. He kicks to Mirotic. They get it back. Here's Z. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
For Los Angeles, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. San Antonio making a switch here. Bargnani's checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Jennings against Beverly. It's Jennings with the drive, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Here's Green, following the bucket by the Spurs. 6 to shoot. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Well, so important to have three-point shooters that can stretch the defense and open things up. These small forwards have been doing just that over the last month. The 4th spot held by Kyle Korver. And, of course, the great.
I mean, you've got a dilemma when it comes to any of the guys on that list. Stay up tight on them on the perimeter, and you risk them blowing by you. But if you back off, you might get your feelings hurt.
Well, I think you've got to take the first approach, Greg. You got to get up into them. You can't give these guys any space to shoot the 3.
Now Jennings, after Kyle Korver missing on that last 3-pointer. 1:11 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Jennings with the bucket.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Beverly, the pass to Green. There's the dish to Mirotic. They kick it out to Green. Jacks up a 3. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Jennings. Spurs trail by 13. Back to Williams. Plumlee with the screen. The 3. But they recover it. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. No good from Bargnani. Los Angeles leading by 13. Korver kicks to Beverly. He feeds it to Green. And here's Beverly. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And that one's good.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Jennings dishes to Anderson. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings.
And the rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that 3-point shot attempt right there. Going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
More levels, more devils.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. Anderson's gone a perfect 2 of 2 from the arc. Taking a look at Los Angeles. The pass to the great. Over to the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. Makes it off the glass. And Los Angeles leads by 15. San Antonio's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Dishes it to Crabb for the 3. No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. One-on-one fast break. And Lure gets it to go.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Rebound, San Antonio.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life. Good. I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That'll be his game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Anderson, he's checked in for Kevin Garnett. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Covered by Smith. Out left to the wing. Anderson, a screen on Hayward. Just 5 to shoot. Wide open look. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Spurs trail by 15.
Timeout Spurs.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up for the Spurs Games team.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. No good on the fast break pull-up. Spurs trail by 15. Smith the pass to Hayward. And Lure kicks to Hayward. Launches a 3. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
Los Angeles leading by 15. Using his post move to get the 2 points.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And it's Hayward again missing.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Some outstanding numbers in this one for the great. He's got 11 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Now here is Smith. Kicks to Lure. Misses, and he wants that one back.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Spurs trail by 19. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
The 11-footer. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
There's the triple. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
And that tells you a lot about why the score is where it is. Lazy defense.